Hello everyone, Connor Whitmore, your boy, the naughty boy, naughty man, whatever you want to call me. I'm right here, and I've got a new first listen for all of you. Yeah, here we are, Badklaat, WYLD, 4 tunes, 12 minutes. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've heard quite a few things actually about Badklaat kind of experimenting a little bit here with this EP, these tunes. You know, please don't spoil it. Anyone in the chat, do not spoil it for me. But yeah, what's interesting to me as well is that the artwork here, very colourful. And you wouldn't usually associate that with Badklaat, do you know what I mean? Like, you'd usually just think a skull, a bit of grey, a bit of black, some metallic writing, maybe a hammer just going right across the skull kind of thing. But here we got a skull exploding with colour. I mean, who would have thought? Who would have knew? Badklaat, colourful music, colourful artwork, all that. If I'm being honest, still no idea what we are going to get here. But yeah, just from what I've heard he does branch out just a little bit here with this EP. So could be interesting. Well, let's just get going with it, shall we? Kicking off with the opener. Get out of here.
Don't start anything, and you'll be okay. How much time?
Oh, fucking straight into it. Jesus.
You better be careful, you don't know who you're talking
Yeah, not bad. Not bad so far. I mean, the idea, it's simple, it's straightforward. Let's not beat around the bush, but got that nice kind of, yeah, bleepy bloopy effect to it. Nice kind of bleepy bloopy style going on there. That kind of flavour, just, you know. It does have a pretty distinct Space Laces DAW feel and flavour to it, doesn't it? A couple of people said that earlier. Yeah, definitely feels like that. Space Laces DAW Badklaat flip, pretty much, yeah. I can't disagree. Yeah, before we move on to the title tune, I mean, yeah, fine, just a fine idea. Do enjoy the inclusion of a bit more flavour, a bit more colour. You know, always going to be for that. If it's you know, in comparison to the kind of stuff we were getting from him last year, I think his EP aside, which is one of my favourite EPs of the year, the other kind of singles he was releasing around that, you know, stuff like Rave Dash was some of the most mediocre stuff that Never Say Die's ever put out, in my opinion. So yeah, nice to see him kind of injecting a bit of flavour and a bit of colour. Again, the idea is just fine, not really doing anything. I think the production was good for him, again, in comparison to what it has been before in the past, in pretty recent times. But now we're going to move on to number 2, the title tune, WYLD, with a Y. So, very wild indeed. But yeah, here we go.
You pull me in, push me away. You chase my heart, then hit the brakes. You hold my head underwater until I can't take no more.
Wait, what?
I wanna breathe you in, baby, but what are we fighting for?
Is this the right song? Is this the right song?
Fighting first for the sacrifice.
Okay, okay.
Wild, wild love.
Oh my.
Wild, wild love.
Oh my good lord. Wait, what? What?
Hold my head underwater until I can't take no more.
Where has this come from? Oh. We're only halfway through. Where has this come from? I'm surprised this was even allowed on Never Say Die, if I'm being honest. Like, can you imagine Badklaat coming through to Schism like, oh yeah, so I've got this kind of jazzy D&B funk idea. And Schism's just like, man, this is quite gorgeous actually. This is quite sumptuous stuff. I'm enjoying it. Wow. I mean, yeah, like I said before, I was kind of warned that Badklaat does branch out in quite a serious way. But I in no way expected that. You know, I was told it was a bit more musical and it was, quite different, but, you know, I always had my kind of skeptical hat on, just thinking, really though, is he really branching out, or is it just like the odd synth here and there, like, you know, is it just like a vocal that's just quite pleasant? It's a bloody D&B jazz funk tropical fucking, I don't even know what else you would call it, but it's bloody beautiful. And again, just don't quite get how it's on Never Say Die, but again, I've just got this image in my head of Badklaat just going up to Schism like, so I've got this idea, right? Basically, starts off like all D&B and jazzy and funky, and then it goes into like this second half that's just like a bit of a jazzy brass breakdown, and I think it would really fit on the label. I wonder how this tune came about. I want to know the inspiration for it. I want to know just kind of what led him to make that tune. It's a moment of inspiration. I'm really enjoying it. So full of life. Vocal was lovely. The progression of it, the production as well was very good. You know, we've heard a lot of predominantly dubstep producers go down the D&B route, whatever kind of D&B it might be. And it was just done very well. You know, there wasn't too much going on. Quite stripped back, just pleasant, summery vibes. And yeah, I mean, I'm just feeling quite taken aback and surprised, but enjoyed it a lot. Really did enjoy that. And that is one that's going to be going into my non-heavy of 2021 playlist. So yeah, very nice that. Track number 3 for the Frenchies out there. Mad Ting. Very interested as to where the EP goes from here. Like, are we going to get 4 completely different cuts, or what's going to go on? What's going to happen?
This young, he's a bad thing. I'm a bit beef and I'm jealous of bad thing. Feeling in my pad, I'm relaxing. Cool off, I'm talking fasting. Bad thing, he's a bad thing. I'm a bit beef and I'm jealous of bad thing. Bad thing, he's a bad thing. I'm a bit bad thing, he's a bad thing.
Oi! 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 Mate, you don't understand the way that is done. That idea is like perfection. What the fuck? Oh, hey, that's good. An idea, lest I forget to include, that wouldn't work if the production wasn't that solid. So big ups for that as well. Fucking hell.
This young, he's a bad thing. I'm a bit beef and I'm jealous of bad thing. Feeling in my pad, I'm relaxing. Cool off, I'm talking fasting. Bad thing, he's a bad thing. I'm a bit beef and I'm jealous of bad thing.
It's so decent.
He's a bad thing. I'm a bit bad thing. He's a bad thing.
Woof. Woof, woof, woof. You know what's amazing about all these tracks so far? What's amazing to me? Like, they're all very short so far, but they all have quite a long feel to them. Like, the only one that's over 3 minutes so far was Get Out of Here, the opener. But they all just have quite an extensive feel to them. And I think that's down to the ideas themselves being repeated and just having quite a depth to them when it comes to the concepts themselves and how they're executed as well with the production. Very good. I mean, you know, if you're a fan of, if you have any kind of affection for like the skeng days and original dubstep and that kind of thing, then you're gonna love stuff like that with like a proper devilish, you know, almost hoarse kind of vocal, just really piercing through the tune, and then properly like gravelly whole chunky production just backing it up. And then when they're together as well, it just makes for such a good combination. That was in the progression of each drop. It was like when the stabs kind of came cascading down, and then the vocal was rising up at the same time, so they kind of met in the middle. It's like a fucking hell. It was just absolute class, that tune. We're going to move on now to the closer on this EP, Killer. I've just heard this song 5 million times. What's the point? What is the point? Ooh. Okay. Oi! Like, it's very well put together, the production is good, which is more than can be said for a lot of stuff he's put out recently, but I mean, yeah, again, what's the point? What is the point? Okay. Kind of glad that one's over, if I'm being honest. I want to say it's a shame, but we got the middle two, which for me were pretty fantastic, so I can't really sit here and be like, oh, like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Because we've already got quite, you know, some very good, I think, experimentation from him. So I can't complain massively, and you do kind of expect with an EP from anyone that they're going to have at least one song that sounds very distinctly like their normal style. It's just a shame that his normal style is a style that literally about 100 other people have, you know, more than that. We do get some fantastic material on this EP, and I can't forget that. Get Out of Here to kick off was, you know, again, kind of more staple of his style, but with a bit of flavour lobbed in there, which was quite nice. You know, nice to hear his approach with a bit of flavour to it, even though, again, the ideas were very straightforward, quite meh. But yeah, I think just a pretty, you know, simple, straightforward opener, which was okay for me, you know, bearable. Track number 2, you know, goes right up there. You know, having heard it, I've only heard it once, but it does go up there with one of the most ambitious and just, I suppose, just, yeah, free-feeling, exciting Badklaat tunes that I've heard in quite a while, if ever. And probably one of the most interesting Never Say Die experiences I've ever had and have had in recent times. Like, just loved it. The jazz, the funk, the drum and bass, the vocal, all kind of woven in. The progression of it, the production, very good. It really worked. Could have easily not worked, but it did work. Mad Ting was brilliant. Really liked that. Probably my favourite here at the moment, having heard it once, the EP. But yeah, probably my favourite. Again, the vocal was fantastic when it combined with the instrumental. Worked very well. Production was great. And then Killer, which was just, you know, not one that I have anything to say about, basically, given what I said before not too long ago. So yeah, I mean, overall, this EP got some great experimentation. The middle two, fantastic. The ending and the beginning, a bit more ordinary. And the production being very good throughout. I think that would be that for my thoughts on the new EP from Badklaat, released on Never Say Die Records. 4 songs. It's called WYLD. And yeah, go and check it out again after this stream is done, if you would like.